Chapter 19, Ethics and Integrity in Ministry. As we delve into the realm of ethics and integrity within ministry, it's paramount to recognize the sacred trust bestowed upon those who shepherd God's flock. The scripture emphatically instructs, providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men, 2 Cor. 8:21. This chapter explores the essence of maintaining moral integrity, handling temptations, and navigating the pitfalls that can besiege those in spiritual leadership. At its core, ministry demands a purity of heart and an unwavering commitment to walk in righteousness, reflecting the character of Christ in every aspect of life. The challenges are real, and the stakes are high, as leaders are called to set an example in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. 1 Timothy 4 verse 12. It's not merely about avoiding scandals but embodying the virtues of honesty, transparency, and genuine love for others. Through biblical wisdom, personal discipline, and God's grace, ministers can uphold the highest ethical standards, ensuring their work brings honor to God and genuinely impacts lives for the better. It's a journey that requires vigilance, prayer, and a community of believers who support one another in these endeavors, forging a path of integrity that lights the way for all. Maintaining moral integrity. In the sacred journey of pastoring, the bedrock upon which our ministry stands is our moral integrity. Like a lighthouse standing firm amidst the tempest, a pastor's integrity guides and protects both themselves and their flock. Scripture implores us, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven." Matt. 5:16. This directive is a call to live lives of uncompromised virtue, setting an exemplary standard for those we serve. To maintain this moral uprightness, it necessitates a relentless pursuit of personal holiness, cultivated through daily prayer, scripture reading, and the reaffirmation of one's commitment to the pastoral vocation. Temptations and pitfalls will inevitably emerge, yet they must be met with a robust and unwavering resolve to choose righteousness. Through fostering accountability relationships with fellow clergy and investing in continuous self-evaluation, a pastor can sustain the integrity essential for ministry. Indeed, to shepherd well is to first tend to the sanctity of one's own heart, mirroring the holiness of God in every aspect of life. In doing so, we not only safeguard our ministry from the corrosive effects of moral failure but also offer a living testament to the transformative power of the gospel we preach. Handling temptations and pitfalls in the ministry, pastors are constantly faced with challenges that test their spiritual resolve and moral integrity. While the calling is divine, the battleground is all too human. Living a life that reflects one's teachings is paramount, yet navigating through temptations and avoiding pitfalls is an ongoing struggle that requires vigilance, wisdom, and a deep reliance on God's grace. The reality of temptation in pastoral ministry cannot be overstated. As it is written, "There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man, but God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." 1 Cor. 10:13. This verse is a powerful reminder that while temptations are inevitable, the Lord provides strength and a way out for those who seek Him. One of the primary temptations pastors face is the allure of power. Power, when wielded unwisely, can corrupt and lead to a fall from grace. Pastors must remember that their authority is a stewardship from God, to be used for serving others, not for personal gain. But Jesus called them to Him, and saith unto them, Ye know that they which are accounted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and their great ones exercise authority upon them. But so shall it not be among you, but whosoever will be great among you, shall be your minister. Mark 10 verses 42-43. Another significant pitfall is the temptation of moral compromise. The integrity of a pastor must be above reproach, as their conduct sets a standard for the congregation. The biblical warning is clear, "But let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall." 1 Cor. 10:12. The moment a pastor thinks they are beyond temptation is often when they are most vulnerable. Financial temptation also looms large for pastors. Whether it's the pressure to live beyond one's means or the misuse of church funds, the temptation to mishandle finances can have dire consequences. Scripture advises, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." 1 Tim. 6:10. Financial integrity is paramount, and pastors must guard against the allure of wealth. The temptation to neglect one's own spiritual life in the service of others is a subtler but equally dangerous pitfall. Pastors must prioritize their relationship with God above all else, drawing on this wellspring to nourish their own souls and, by extension, their congregations. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Matt. 6:6. Burnout represents another significant pitfall. The demands of pastoral ministry can be relentless, leading to physical, emotional, and spiritual exhaustion if not managed carefully. Jesus himself advocated for rest, as recorded in Mark 6:31, and he said unto them, Come ye yourselves apart into a desert place, and rest a while. Pastors need to heed this advice, understanding the importance of Sabbath rest and self-care. Isolation is a pitfall that can have profound implications. Ministry can be lonely, and without a network of support, pastors can become susceptible to a range of temptations. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10, cultivating deep, meaningful relationships is essential for pastoral resilience. Pride, perhaps the most insidious of temptations, can lead to a fall. A pastor must remain humble, remembering that it is God who works through them. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Prov. 16:18. A pastor's heart should always reflect the humility of Christ, who came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. Mark 10:45. The criticism and discouragement pastors face can become a pitfall if not handled with grace. Constructive criticism can aid growth, but unwarranted negativity can erode confidence and spirit. Paul's words provide encouragement: Be not weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. Gal. 6:9. Pastors are encouraged to persevere, focusing on their divine calling rather than the approval of men. Another looming pitfall is the neglect of one's family in the pursuit of ministry obligations. The pastor's first ministry is to their family, and neglecting this sacred duty can lead to personal and familial distress. If any provide not for his own, and specially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel. 1 Tim. 5:8. Lastly, the temptation to compromise on biblical truth for the sake of relevance or popularity can lead to spiritual decline. A pastor must stand firm in the faith, preaching the word in season and out of season, holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. Titus 1:9. In conclusion, handling temptations and avoiding pitfalls in pastoral ministry requires a daily commitment to integrity, humility, and dependence on God. Pastors are called to lead by example, demonstrating a life fully surrendered to Christ and his calling. As they navigate the trials and temptations of ministry, may they do so with grace, wisdom, and the assurance that he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. Pastoral ministry is both a high calling and a demanding journey. But with God's guidance and the support of a faithful community, pastors can remain steadfast in their commitment to serving Him and His people, overcoming every temptation and pitfall along the way. Let us, therefore, encourage and uphold our pastors, knowing that their labor in the Lord is not in vain. 1 Cor. 15:58.